Hello, my Donahue Dolphins. This is Mrs Langlois. I wanted to read a story to you today, and this story is a favorite of mine. I think it's just the cutest thing, but it also teaches us a lesson about using our strength and becoming what we want, fulfilling our dreams. And right now is a really tough time for everybody, but I wanted to read this to you to cheer you up, to make you smile, and also to remind you that you can dream your dreams. But let's all become reading superheroes and read every single day. So I'm going to start reading to you today. Here we go. This book is called SuperDog, The Heart of a Hero. It was written by Caralyn Buehner and illustrated by Mark Buehner. I wonder if that's her husband, her brother, her father. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm interested. So here we go. Dexter was a little dog. His legs were little. His tail was little. His body was little. He looked like a plump sausage sitting on top of 4 little meatballs. Being that size that he was, Dexter was often overlooked. The other dogs grew tired of waiting for Dex to catch up. And when they played chase, after a while, they forgot to invite him at all. No one really seemed to notice him, except when Clevis, the tomcat, demonstrated how he could stand right over Dex and not even ruffle his fur. Oh, that Clevis was mean. He liked to make fun of Dex. Yes, everything about Dex was little, except for his dreams. He wanted to be a hero. He could just see it. The mighty Dex flew up in the dark and starry night. But wanting and being are two different things. Dex lived on dreams until one day, after crawling out from under Clevis yet again, he decided there had to be more to life than gazing at the underside of a cat. There had to be more to him. He could be a hero. He would be a hero. So Dex started training. He read every superhero comic book he could find. He watched every hero movie ever made. He went to the library. Furiously, he studied, knowing everything depended on him. Dex figured that a hero must have strong muscles. He needed exercise, and lots of it. Dex started trotting to the corner and back every morning. He hopped over every crack in the sidewalk. Look at his little face. Look at how tired he is, but he's trying. That tongue's hanging out. Great illustrations. He struggled to climb the garbage pile, up and over and down, then up and over and down again. All day long he worked, day after day. Even at bedtime, when he wanted to flop on the rug with his tongue hanging out, Dex forced himself to circle 5 extra times. The mighty Dex pressed on through wind and rain and storm and fatigue. That's a high pile of trash bags. How are you liking it so far? I love it. When it got easier to run to the corner and back, Dex did it again and then again. Then he dragged a sock filled with sand as he ran. Then 2 socks. Ooh, Dex must be getting smarter and stronger. When Clevis was bored and stood in the middle of the sidewalk to block his way, Dex dropped to the ground and slid right under him. He was too busy to be bothered by Clevis. Smart Dex. Ignore that kind of stuff. Dex was tired. He was sore. He was working so hard that he almost forgot what he was working for. But one night, as he dragged himself to bed after his last set of push-ups, Dex stopped in front of the mirror and flexed. He could feel them. He could see them. Muscles! Now Dex didn't take the stairs. He skimmed them. And he leaped over hydrants. He vaulted over curbs. He could jump over the garbage mountain without touching the top. He could run like the wind. He felt as if his legs had springs. Faster than a rolling ball, stronger than the toughest rawhide, able to leap tall fences in a single bound. Let's take a look at Dex over here. Look at those muscles. He's buff. Only one thing was missing. What do you think that could be? I have an idea. Finally, a small brown bag arrived. Dex ripped it open. His hero suit, it was red with a skinny green cape, and it fit like a glove. Dex loved the way it felt. He loved the way it looked, and he loved the feeling he had when he put it on. He was ready, with the courage of a lion, the strength of a bear, and the heart of a hero. You ready? Look at him. Isn't he amazing? When Dex went out in his suit for the very first time, he looked up the street and down. He noticed a young pup trying to cross the street. Dex sprang into action. That pup looks a little scared. "May I help you?" he asked. He guided the wide-eyed pup across the street and grinned as the pup stared up at him with its mouth hanging open. The pup whispered, "Wow, it's StuperDog." StuperDog. Dex liked the sound of that. Look at him helping the puppy. Of course, when Clevis saw Dex, He just had to comment, "Hey, Dex, where's the party?" And when he saw him a few days later, Clevis called out, "Look, everybody, it must be Halloween. Anybody got a treat for Dex?" Dex was so busy that he was able to ignore Clevis. For the most part, the only time his face ever got red was when Clevis yelled, "Where'd you get that dress up?" Dex had to wonder if Clevis saw anything but the suit. Didn't he understand that the suit was just a way to let people know he was there to help? The sun glinted off of his emerald cape as StuperDog raced to the rescue. There was a mouse he saved from a sewer, a purse snatcher he tackled. He fixed his neighbor's sprinkler. He found a lost kitten, pulled a rat away from a live wire, tracked down a lost wallet, put out a trash fire, and organized a neighborhood cleanup day. It seemed now, whenever anyone needed help, they turned to Dex. And Dex had never been happier. Late one evening, there was a banging at the door. When Dex answered it, it seemed as if the whole neighborhood was yipping and yowling in panic. "It's Clevis," they shouted. "He's stuck in a tree. Hurry, Dex, hurry." Dex raised an eyebrow. It was not like Clevis to move enough to get into any trouble. In a flash, he was dressed and ready. It was clearly a desperate situation. As he got closer, Dex could see Clevis. He had been chasing a squirrel to the top of a tree, but had slipped and was hanging by one claw from a slender branch. He was yowling for all it was worth. "I'm slipping!" Clevis screeched. "Help me!" Dex looked desperately around for something to climb on. There were no boxes, no ladders, not even any trash cans. Then Dex looked at the crowd. I wonder what he's going to do. "Quick, everybody!" Dex shouted. "I've got an idea." Dex leaped into the end of the teeter-totter facing the tree, pushing it to the ground. "Everybody on the other end. 1, 2, 3. All the animals jumped together on the other end of the teeter-totter, catapulting Dex into the air. He soared over the crowd. his ears and cape streaming out behind him. The mighty Dex flew up into the air, the dark and starry night. There he is. I hope he reaches Clevis. Dex scrambled onto the branch next to Clevis. Quickly, he pulled off his cape and tied its four corners onto the screeching cat. "Jump!" Dex shouted. "Jump, Clevis!" There he's in the tree, and there he's tying on the cape. Dex is being very, very smart. Very, very brave. With an ear-piercing shriek, Clevis let go. The billowing cape caught the air and parachuted the big cat to the ground. Dex backed up and slid to the ground amidst the cheers of the crowd. "StuperDog! StuperDog!" Oh my goodness, everyone is so happy. Dex was bruised and tired, but he forgot the discomfort as Clevis sheepishly lumbered over, still tangled in the green cape. "Thanks, Dex. You really are a hero." Dex didn't think he could feel any better, but he did, just a little the next day, when Clevis sidled up next to him and whispered, "Say, Dex, could I be your partner?" Dex looked at the big tomcat up and down. It would take a lot of work to turn Clevis into a hero. He could hardly wait. "Sure," said Dex with a grin. "Sure. With twice the brains and triple the brawn, our heroes forge on, ever ready to lend a helping paw." So, I hope you liked this story. It definitely made one of my favorites. I just want to remind you of the way we can be superheroes and be super readers. Just like Dex went to the library and he did a lot of reading, we should read every day. Read whatever you're reading out loud to your family. And even if you have something that you've read before, reread it again. Sometimes second time is even better than the first. When you're reading, think about your reading. Ask yourself, what is happening? What is important about the reading? And let's make some predictions. I never would have thought he was going to tie that cape around the cat. talk about the reading with your family. Answer the questions at the end and write and illustrate the answers for me so that when we get back to school we can discuss them. I'm also going to give you my email address. That way you can send them to me. I can't wait to see what you send to me. So here now are the questions. How is Dex different from the other animals in the beginning of the story? So even if you have to go back, look and listen. Look at the pictures, listen to the words. What was Dex's problem in the beginning of the story? Think about it. Again, if you need to go back, go right ahead. What was Dex's first action as a superhero? What was the very first thing he did as a superhero? Why was Dex so happy after he became a superhero? Think of all the reasons. There's definitely more than one. And last question, how did things change from the beginning of the story to the end of the story? Okay, I want you not only to think about Dex, think about Clevis, think about the other characters in the story. How did things change? So I would love it if you could send me your writing. Maybe mom or dad or your brother or sister can take pictures of the artwork that you do and send them to my email. I will answer you back. Also, if you need help with any homework that you're doing or just want to ask me a question, I'll be there for you. My web address is ilanglois@hps.holyoke.ma.us. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm going to go wash my hands now. Love you.